Hi everyone, it's Thursday. I am Carly and this is Zoo to You Virtual Safari. I wonder if any of you can tell where I am right now. It's kind of a, well, I just gave it away. I am in fact sitting on Sheep Mountain with our Rocky Mountain Bighorn sheep, our 3 females. So we're having a really great time with them today. We're gonna feed them some browse and our keeper Caitlin is gonna answer your questions about this awesome species. Hi Abby, it's great to see you. So we cannot wait to get started. I'll let a few more of you log on. If you have any questions about my wonderful mask, this is a Denver Zoo original and you can get them on shop.denverzoo.org. We have a whole wide selection of masks. You can get the Colorado flag with some zoo animals, or you can get a tiger face. So really a great selection there, and our whole gift shop is available online. So if you're looking for any gifts, any summer birthdays, feel free to go over there. Hi Mark. Mark is one of our awesome volunteers. Hi Tammy, Xander, Brianne. Hi Nancy, happy 52nd birthday. Thank you for spending it with our virtual safari. And hi to Ashley. So let's see. Oh, Abby, we do not have any boy Rocky Mountain sheep. We had one named Cliff. He was so majestic and handsome, but he passed away about 2 years ago. So it's just the ladies with us now. Hi Rita, we are not opening yet. We will certainly make a huge announcement. You will not miss the news that we have reopened when it happens, I promise you. Hi Carolyn. So let's get started. Let's say hi to Caitlin. All right, hi Caitlin. She is feeding our girls some browse. Emma has the first question. She wants to know where they sleep.
So they sleep right here out on the mountain. They rarely spend time in the back stalls because they feel so comfortable out here. So we've got some flatter rock spaces for them, and they usually hang out together and sleep on the mountain.
And let's introduce our three out here with us.
So right in front of us is Rita. She is 6 years old. We can tell her apart because her right horn is shaped kind of like an R.
Okay.
So she's got the longer horns. Sandy is up here on the rock. That is our oldest female. She is about to turn 14 in June, and she is the biggest sheep we have, and a little bit darker in color. And then behind me is Lucy. She is also 6. She came here with Rita, and she has little horn, so little horn Lucy.
Oh, little horn Lucy, Rita. I think we almost have like all of the Mambo number 5 song names.
That's a plan for later.
Yes. So
Right now.
I'm going to move a little bit closer to Caitlin so that we can hear her. Ashley says they're the Colorado state mammal. Are they not?
Yeah, they're the Colorado state animal. They're Rocky Mountain Bighorn sheep, but they can be found in states other than Colorado. But there's about 7,000 here in Colorado.
Kari is wondering how long these animals live.
So for ewes, which is the name for a female sheep, the average is 10 to 15 years. And then for rams, which is a male, the average is 9 to 12.
A lot of observations here about their coats. A lot of people wondering,
Yes.
are they shedding, getting rid of that winter coat? Our ladies have definitely had better hair days.
Yeah, they're looking a little raggedy right now. They are really losing a lot of fur right now because it's been hot recently. So this is the time that they start shedding the winter coat so they can stay cooler in the summer. And they're using the sides of the rocks on the mountain as well as some enrichment that we put out to help get that hair off. So they're working on it, but it's a process.
They've definitely had better hair days, but we still think they're beautiful.
Yeah.
So Abby's wondering if you know what their conservation status is.
Yeah, so these guys are at least concerned now, but their numbers are smaller than they used to be, but because they can reproduce kind of quickly and they're also protected for hunting and conservation, they have a good control over the population. So they're least concern right now.
Of least concern. Lala is 9. She wants to know if they like to chew. Or they be kind of like cows with their cud.
So if you look actually behind or underneath Lucy, you can see that they have chewed off some of this bark. They are ruminants, so they do chew their cud like a cow. They have a 4-chambered stomach, so they chew up their hay and browse and leaves, and then they regurgitate some of that food after that's partially digested. Then they chew it up to get as much of the nutrients as they can out of that food.
Luke and Lydia have a great question. They want to know what their predators are.
Yeah, so predators would be mountain lions, coyotes, bobcats, and then maybe large eagles would be a predator to the lambs or the babies, but not adult sheep.
Hi, Casey Ann. You can get the mask that I'm wearing, the Colorado flag with the Denver Zoo animals, at shop.denverzoo.org. We have those on our gift shop, so you can definitely get one for yourself. Ethan is 10, and he wants to know what they use their horns for.
Yeah, so they use their horns for ramming other sheep. It's mostly important for the males that have the really big horns, which is why they're called bighorn sheep. These girls, because they're females, their horns are not very big, but they don't have a need to fight each other for breeding rights, so that's why their horns aren't as big. But their bighorn sheep use their horns to clash and hit each other and fight for breeding rights.
I love when the adults put their age next to their question. Daniel is 25. He wants to know what their personalities are like.
Yeah, so Sandy is the boss. She is like the old lady that has been around the block, and she is not gonna take anything from anybody. So she can be a little intimidating, but she's also very cautious of people. So it didn't take me long to hand feed her, but she was actually the first one for me to hand feed, but sometimes she's the last one to come over because she's just very cautious. Rita, right here, used to be the most shy, and now she's one of the bravest, and she comes over first for food. She's learned that I mean good food, so we're building our relationship. And then Lucy down here is kind of at the bottom of the totem pole with the hierarchy social system that they have in their little herd here. So sometimes she can be kind of shy, only towards Sandy though. So she will make Rita get out of the way for food, but not Sandy. She knows not to mess with her elders.
Yeah. So there's Lucy right now, sort of just seeing, can I have a bite? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe later. Maybe later, Lucy.
That was nice.
People are really curious how high they can climb. We have this whole nice big sheep mountain,
Yeah.
and can they really get all the way up to the top?
Yeah, so not the very top. That is meant as a wall that helps keep them in the exhibit. But if you see there's a shelf where there's a triangle-shaped rock, that is the highest point that they are supposed to be at. And they go all the way up there a lot of times if they want to look out high. I have a mister for the summer that goes off up there so they can keep cool.
Hi, Patricia. We might keep doing these virtual safaris just on a less frequent basis. It's a lot of work for our team, for our keepers. So once we reopen, a lot of our resources will be dedicated to getting guests back in here. But we are happy to, work out some way to keep these on. Some people are wondering how they keep their balance when they climb.
Yeah, so if you look at their hooves, they are called cloven hooves, and so they can separate their toes. That way when they're standing, it kind of gives them two different spots that they're on, so when they're on a slope they can still stand up straight. So that is an adaptation for the rocky terrain that Rocky Mountain sheep have.
So they can kind of spread. We'll get kind of close to theirs.
Oh, she's fine.
Gave Rita a little spook there.
They're very flighty, and I have worked. It took me a long time for them to come this close to people. So
yeah,
they're doing really good.
Kari's wondering if any of our 3 were born here at Denver Zoo.
Actually, no. None of these girls were born here at the zoo. Sandy was born. Oh, there you go. She's the boss. Sandy was born at a ranch in Nebraska, and then Rita and Lucy were born at the Buffalo Zoo, and they were donated to us.
Oh, Miracle is 8, and she wants to know what this little red and white target you're holding is.
This is a target pole, and I used it to train them to touch their nose to it, and then they get rewarded with food, like that. And then I used a clicker. Sometimes we use whistles, but the clicker is a little bit less noisy, so I used that to tell them that they did what I asked them to. But yeah, this is just a target pole, and it's used with a lot of the animals at the Denver Zoo. It's a kind of a basic training tool to get animals to come closer to you, and if I ever needed to use this to get close to maybe feed them medicine or get a closer look at them for medical reasons. So it just helps us take easier care of them.
Yeah. Let's see. How long is there, have we had any babies here at the zoo?
Yes. So not recently, but when Cliff was a younger male, so he was our ram that passed away of old age a few years ago. He was actually 16, but when he was younger, he was breeding with some of these girls. Sandy actually has had a few offspring here, and they were owned by a different facility, even though they were born here. So after they were old enough, they left.
We can see, do they technically have tails or not?
Yeah. They have a short little tail. It's the brown spot in between the white. And kind of like deer, they have that bright white fur bottom.
Right.
It helps camouflage.
Are they particularly fast?
Yeah, they can be really fast. I'm not sure exactly what the miles per hour is, but they have to be able to be fast to get away from predators.
Abby wants to know, she has 2 questions I was waiting to get to. She wants to know why this is an animal that we can be in the habitat with on non-protected contact, and then what is your favorite part about working with them, Caitlin?
So for the first question, our females are a little more docile, and also they're more scared of us than aggressive. So we are allowed to be in here working with them because we do not have a young ram that is likely to be aggressive towards people. And so that actually makes it really helpful right now for me to work on training with them and come out here. With hoofstock, if you always have 2 people, it's better than 1. For if you would go out with a more dangerous animal, because they're less likely to be aggressive.
Yeah.
But these girls are really sweet, and I don't have to worry. I never let my guard down, but I'm not worried about them hurting me.
Yeah.
And then I love working with the sheep because actually for one of those reasons I get to come out here, and it's something different than the other animals I work with. I work with rhinos and hippo, and those are animals that we do not go in with. So this is something a little different, and they're very shy, and it takes a long time to gain their trust, so I kind of like that challenge.
Yeah, so Abby said, is that the hospital in the background? Yeah, you can see it. Let's see, that is sort of that front facade, that guest-facing entrance. But yeah, that's behind them. And people are wondering if the construction noise has been a bother to these guys, or if they're pretty resilient and used to it, especially by now. We've been at construction for more than a year.
Yeah, so these guys actually really don't care at all what's going around outside their exhibit, which is awesome. We did move them from their old exhibit, which they will be going back to soon. We just wanted to get the major construction out of the way just in case for their welfare. And so we did move them. However, with all the noise that's been going on, we have not seen any negative reaction towards it, which is awesome for such a you know, flighty,
skittish
species. But yeah, they really don't care at all.
Kari wants to know if they were related to any other animals. Like, who are their closest relatives? Yeah, you.
So she can tell you're different. Yeah, so these guys are related to domestic sheep and goats. There's a split off where the sheep and the goats leave, but they are bovids, so they're cloven-hooved ruminants like antelope, bison, sheep, goats, domestic, wild, yeah. So
There's such a little sassy face.
yeah.
Abby's wondering, is there such thing as a mountain goat, or has she just been associating mountain goats with what are actually bighorn sheep this whole time?
A lot of people get them confused, but there are mountain goats. There are Rocky Mountain goats that are all white in color. They are not true goats, so they're not related to... I'm all out of food. Sorry, Lucy. They're not related to domestic goats, but they are... it's really hard to explain, but they have a long goat-like shaped face. They have really short horns, like most goat species do. They're all white, and they're alpine and subalpine. They live in subalpine and alpine areas, so a little bit higher up, a little more rocky, which is kind of like this mountain is. The normal bighorn exhibit, which they're about to go back to, is a little bit less steep than this, but they've actually been doing really good here.
Yeah.
And then the sheep, Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep, are going to be brownish gray in color. They're going to have the white fur only on their butts, and then the males have the really big horns. Females have short horns, but still longer growing than mountain goats.
Jim Jones says the interviewee is so smart. Caitlin is doing a great job. Abby, I'm not sure if you were asking about our other residents that used to live here, the doll sheep. Those were sheep, but as Caitlin just explained, there are mountain goats. So that's not just sort of like a misnomer, a catch-all for all bighorn sheep. There are mountain goats and there are bighorn sheep, and she just explained the way to tell the difference. And the doll sheep were also all white, but...
Oh yes, and that's another very confusing thing. But we don't have the doll sheep anymore.
Nope.
But they used to live on this mountain. Everyone thought they were mountain goats, but they are... actually, they're called thin-horned sheep is their nickname. So they are another species that's related to bighorn, but still very different. They're more found in Alaska and Canada region, so they're not truly native to Colorado like the bighorn sheep are. But they have the big horns like the bighorn sheep. So yeah, it's easy to get all of them confused.
Absolutely. I want to say hi to Franny. She's watching from Liverpool, UK. Thank you for joining us. It's probably kind of late over there. It's after dinner. Luke is wondering, how tall is the mountain?
Oh, that's a good question.
Pretty tall.
It's pretty tall. Yeah, I've got to climb up it to clean sometimes, and it's a nice hike.
Probably like 3 or 4 stories.
Yeah.
We'll take our kind of last call for questions. Time has flown here on Sheep Mountain. Let's see. Melissa says, keep taking good care of them. I miss working with those girls. We're taking great care of them here. Jody says, they're so sweet eating from your hand. Do they have like a rough tongue, a long tongue? How do they get those little pellets out?
Yeah, well, honestly, I haven't really felt their tongues that much. I wear gloves because when I started training them, I wanted to not have my own smells on them. They have a really good sense of smell, and wearing gloves actually made the training easier, and they were more willing to eat out of my hand quicker. But they do, it's kind of funny, they use their tongue to kind of like gobble up the grain in my hand pretty fast, kind of like a lizard or something. They just like stick their tongue in and out until the grain's gone. But I would say it's kind of softer. It's not like rough like a cat.
Yeah. Let's see. Nancy, they are pretty fast movers up the hill. They'd have to be to get away from those predators. There was like another good question. Oh, what's their best sense? We can see that they have really big eyes on kind of either side of their head, but still have that kind of front vision as well.
Yeah, so they do have good vision. You can see that they have a wide set eye, which helps them with have a wide angle view, so they can see more of their peripherals, and that helps them detect predators. But they also have really sharp sense of smell and hearing. So all of them are really important when you're a prey species, so that you can detect danger from far away. So they, honestly, I would say that they have great vision, hearing, and smell.
Great. Hi, Barbara. The Dall sheep moved to another zoo. So as Caitlin said, the bighorn sheep actually used to live on that farther mountain, the one with the more rounded rocks, and the Dall sheep lived here. But to make sure that the bighorn sheep were going to be okay with the construction noise, we wanted to move them over here. So that meant we sent the Dall sheep out. And I believe that was really the only animal species to be affected and moved out because of construction.
Yes, and also we, even though they were born here at the zoo, we did not own the Dall sheep. So they had a place to go that someone else owned. So
yeah. Ethan's wondering why their faces are so narrow.
Yeah, they look, well, Lucy's looks really narrow right now because that's how they look in the summer. She's shedding her hair right now, but I don't know
That's
why.
just an adaptation. That's just how they look. Do you ever kind of tug at some of that lighter downy stuff to get it off them?
I would love to, but these guys are so shy and flighty, if you haven't noticed. But we're working on tactile training. Hand feeding and touching their nose and face is about all I can do. They are a little too nervous when I'm trying to reach in any other area of their body, and I don't want to spook them or try anything that they're not slowly accustomed to, because I don't want to mess up our positive relationship.
Yeah, we'd love to give them a brush.
Brush them, trust me. If I could, I would be brushing them all day.
I bet that'd be a very calming, satisfying way to spend a couple hours. Yeah. So I think we are about ready to wrap up. Oh, hi, Richard. He says he has memories of taking his kids to the zoo and now his grandkids. So he's really happy that we have this virtual opportunity. Thank you for joining us. And for anyone who just joined and missed the first couple minutes of this, we will be putting the whole virtual safari up on our YouTube page. So just search Denver Zoo on YouTube and make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Oh, Franny has a question that I quizzed Caitlin on before we even started. How long does the female carry her young?
Oh yeah, so that is around 145 days. So between 142 and 150-ish days. And babies will nurse for about 6 months. They're usually born in the spring.
All right, so no babies here this spring.
Yeah,
we don't have a male here.
Maybe next spring.
Maybe next spring. We can always hope. So thank you all so much for the awesome questions. Here come Rita and Lucy or Sandy?
Sandy.
Sandy.
This is Lucy right here.
All right, we got Lucy, Sandy, and Rita. We have Caitlin. Thank you all so much. We're having a great time with these virtual safaris. We hope you are too. And I'm going to show you just how beautiful these girls are one more time. If I can flip the camera around. There we go. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a happy Thursday. And I think you're really, really going to enjoy tomorrow's live. So make sure you put 1 o'clock on your calendar. Bye.